looking good, looking good. Oh, shouldn't have shaved. Not good though. Damn it. Oh.
I'm gonna try. Work till I die, till I die, till I die. I'm gonna fail and get up, 'cause I'm not giving up on my dream.
Hey gorgeous, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kopano and this is How I Do Things, the show where you send me your questions and I let you know how I would do things. Now you can take it as advice or use it as entertainment. Use it, don't use it, do what you will with it. I'm just letting you know what I would do if I was in your shoes. Now, how's the bush doing? Are you growing another bush under here? The bush is going down. Now when it comes to shaving these two areas, things that we usually get quite concerned about, and a highly requested question for the beauty segment of How I Do Things is, how do you avoid ingrown hairs and dark skin when it comes to this area here and this area here? Now we don't want to be growing the bush, and that's why we groom and we trim and we shave and we wax these two areas, our intimate areas. However, the thing that we get really concerned about is ingrown hairs. Have you ever seen those things? Those things are nasty. They're disgusting. They are just meh. What is an ingrown hair? So an ingrown hair is this hair that looks like it's growing in a circle, right? You can see there's hair there, but it hasn't come off the skin. It's almost like it's in the skin. Another thing about an ingrown hair is that it creates a bump, and it's either a dark brown bump or a red bump that's just there on your skin, and it looks really awkward, and you don't want that thing. The other problem with hair removal is that it can cause dark skin. Quite a few people have dark skin under their armpits. There was a point I had it as well, but it's gone now. So how do we groom? How do we groom the intimate areas and avoid these two nasty looking situations? I got the tips for you today about prevention as well as cure. Now, let's get into that in a second. If you have any questions that you want to send to me, head over to my Instagram at Kopano and look for this picture right here. It's in my Insta story highlights. So head over to @Kopano on my homepage. There's a lavender circle that says How I Do Things. Click on it and you find this picture. If you have any questions about being a woman, darling, then send them through and I'll do a video all about it. Now, if you have not subscribed to my channel, how about you just head to the bottom below the video. There's a word that says subscribe. Click on it. It's free and it won't bother your life. Actually, it will be delivering the value to you and let you know when I'm uploading a brand new video, which is every single day at 7:30. If you want to join us for the live premiere, 7:30 South African time, we'll be there chatting away in the morning party, having a good cup of tea with the girls in the morning. I'll see you there. Okay, so let me give you the lowdown on preventing dark skin as well as ingrown hairs. Number one is that you want to exfoliate. This is something that I actually haven't been doing for quite some time. And I started exfoliating all over again. And this should actually be part of your daily and weekly routine, which is to exfoliate and get rid of dead skin. This includes the intimate areas. Now, when you shave or when you do any hair removal on dead skin, that's what starts to cause the problems, right? It opens the skin in certain places, causes it to go and loop into each other, causing the dark spots and the ingrown hairs. Now, the same thing happens with the dark skin. It makes it rough and abrasive, and it just causes your skin to react to all of that scratchiness that's going on. Now, you have this dead skin on top of active skin, and in between all of that is your hair, and that's what causes all of that angry skin, and that angry skin causes bumps, it causes ingrown hairs, and as well as that dark skin. So to avoid it, incorporate exfoliating into your weekly beauty routine. So there are different ways for you to exfoliate. The first one, which I'm really enjoying right now, is body scrubs. This is you buying a product which you use to scrub your body. Now, the second way that you can actually exfoliate is by using some tools. So you can buy a glove, which you put over your hand, and it's a bit scratchy as well, and you use your normal soap, and as you're going over your skin, you can feel it kind of scratching your skin and removing that dead skin and exfoliating it. Another way that you can actually do this is with a brush. You can use it dry or wet. Both again exfoliate the skin. You can use your normal shower gels, your anything that you use, your body things that you use to wash off anything on your body, your soaps, and you can just use the brush, either dry or wet, to exfoliate your skin. Now, if you do exfoliate your skin, other benefits of it, other than you avoiding the dark skin and the ingrown hairs, is that it's going to give your body a beautiful glow. I think I need to do a video about this. I want to be glowing all the time. And exfoliating is going to help you do that. Number 2 may seem very basic, but when you start to think about your intimate areas, you can start to think, does it really happen like this? Now the bush and this bush over here, avoid moisture quite easily, right? So when you're moisturizing your body, you can feel the moisture touching your skin. However, when you've got a bush, whoops, ne? And you're trying to moisturize it, the moisture can land on top of the hair instead of soaking down to the skin. And the problems we have when we remove that hair is that the skin is dry, it is not exfoliated, and then when we now remove the hair, it gets irritated and it fights back. So to avoid that, try moisturizing your intimate areas. You can use oils because they seep down much easier, or you can use something that's a little bit more liquidy when it comes to your moisturizers, so it gets down to the skin. A couple of days before you go and you do any hair removal, whether it is waxing, whether it is shaving or epilating or any hair removal product, you want to exfoliate and moisturize, making sure that the moisture lands on the skin to avoid the dark skin and the ingrown hairs. Now, when it comes to the armpits, we're using antiperspirants, using deodorants, we're using all of these things, roll-ons, to try and make sure that we don't sweat and we don't stink. Now, those things can be quite drying and they don't have any moisturizing factors. So you want to try and look for something that isn't going to be too drying on your skin, or you can wash twice a day. So when you wash twice a day, during the day, you'll use your antiperspirant and your deodorants to make sure that you stay dry under there. But during the night, after you've washed your pits, you can put on a moisturizer, and this will then help the skin to get moisturized. And that's how I actually got rid of my dark pits. I started to be quite deliberate about the type of antiperspirant that I use, making sure that it's got some sort of hydration in it while it still keeps my armpits dry. While on the second end, during the nights, after washing my pits, I would use a moisturizer instead of using a roll-on again to try and get that hydration throughout the night. The skin and the body works at night. So if you really want to prevent that dry skin and that darkness, try and moisturize your pits at night. Number 3, how you remove your hair actually matters. I have stopped shaving my pits. My pits are still a beautiful color. However, when you are shaving is quite abrasive, especially for this bumpy area that's under our arms. Now, when you are shaving, your skin could be reacting quite badly to it and you may be quite sensitive. So try something different to see if you're going to have a better underarm situation. So if you have been getting ingrown hairs and if you have been getting dark skin under your arms and you have been shaving, please try to use something different. Now, if you're going to be using hair removal products for under your arms and your intimate area down here, remember that hair removal products for your intimate area down here only go along the bikini line. So what do I mean by the bikini line? If you're wearing a panty like this, you want to use the hair removal product at the top and on the sides of this line, but nothing on the inside, because that product is a bit too harsh to use on the inside. And if you want to then get rid of the hair on the inside, try and trim. So this doesn't mean that you're going to remove the hair right at the skin. You're going to leave about 1 millimeter off it so that you can have a little bit of hair above. A trim looks just as good, especially on the inside. So you want to do clean, removed hair on the sides, whether it is epilating, waxing, or hair removal, and then on the inside, you can trim. Trimming will really help you to avoid that dark skin and those ingrown hairs in your intimate area. Number 4 for prevention is ointments and post-use products. Now, I used to wax, and when I used to wax down here, I had been given this ointment that you put on a couple of days after you wax. And this actually really helps to prevent any of those ingrown hairs and that dark skin. So they used to be alcohol based. Think of it like an aftershave, but they're not that way anymore. You can get products that have no alcohol in them and are a little oil based, and these things will actually help you to prevent those ingrown hairs as well as that dark skin. Now let's get on to curing ingrown hairs as well as dark skin. So if you already have a few ingrown hairs and you already have some dark skin, here are a few things that you can do. Now, I am a DIY girl, but I have my limits. I don't like to create my own concoctions from home. I like to get something that has been tested and has been proven and use that. There are some ways that people have been using bicarbonate of soda and using their own little masks that they create at home, and you can search for those on YouTube. But I haven't tried any of those, so I won't be recommending any of those for now. So let's get into number 1, which is exfoliating and oiling. Exfoliating and oiling helps you to prevent ingrown hairs and dark skin. However, it is also a way for you to get rid of it afterwards. This is something that I did, and I started to see the results within a month. Everything started to go back to normal. Dry skin is also a reason why we get ingrown hairs as well as the dark skin around our intimate area. So if you want to cure it, you can do the same thing again. Exfoliating, especially around this area where you are shaving and waxing, will help to get rid of those ingrown hairs. It's not going to happen the first time round, so don't be scrubbing and trying to scrub out that ingrown hair, because what's going to happen is that you're going to scrape it off and it's just going to cause a scar, which is going to take even longer to get rid of. So be patient with this one. About 3 weeks to 4 weeks, this all goes away, and if this becomes a habit, you'll never have to face this again. The second thing that you can do to get rid of this, which acts a little bit faster, is for you to actually use hot press or a hot water bottle. Now, something weird that I noticed is that around my periods, I get quite sore, so I use a hot water bottle when I go to sleep. So because I go to sleep and have the hot water bottle over this area, it actually helped me to get rid of my ingrown hairs. I had 1 or 2 ingrown hairs down here, but because I was using a hot water bottle, they actually went away. So what hot water bottles do is that, or hot presses, when you put them against the skin, they actually open up the pores. What happens with an ingrown hair is that the hair comes out and then goes and grows back into the skin. So there's a part of the hair that is with the hair follicle that is supposed to be there. Then there's the tip of the hair, which is just grown into the skin. So when you have a hot water bottle there, it opens it up and loosens the tip, and the tip then comes out. Now, if you want to be more advanced about this and you want to get rid of the ingrown hair immediately, you can do step number 3. Put the hot water bottle against the skin. And once the skin is nice and warm, you then take a tweezer and you put it right in the middle of the ingrown hair, and you twist both ways. Twisting both ways will help you to realize where the tip is that needs to come out and where the hair actually grows from. So to get rid of that ingrown hair, you just want to get rid of the tip. So all you're going to do is try and find out which side is the tip, and once you loosen the tip, you can leave it as it is to either shave it later or to trim it or to get rid of it. By loosening the tip from the skin, that bump, that irritation will go away and you'll get rid of the ingrown hair. Now, if you want to have completely smooth skin away from the ingrown hair, you can take it to step number 4, which is to completely pluck the hair. Again, you're going to use your hot press or your hot water bottle over the area where you have the ingrown hair. You're going to take a tweezer and you're going to first remove the tip. This is the part where the hair has grown back into the skin. Make sure that you get that out first. Once you got that, you're going to take your tweezer to the bottom of the root of the hair and pluck. When you completely pluck this, you'll see that you'll have the area where the ingrown hair used to be. That will take a few days or a week to go away, but that will give you a completely smooth area around your ingrown hair. Alright, so those are my tips for getting rid of ingrown hairs as well as dark skin around our intimate areas. Now, if you really want to keep up with the good skin routine and a beauty routine, especially when it comes to grooming, exfoliating as well as moisturizing, are your best friend. These are things that we tend to avoid in these areas, not because we are doing it on purpose, but because it's a little hard to manage a bushy area and still get it exfoliated and still moisturize it as well. but incorporate this into your beauty routine and you'll have beautiful skin as well as beautifully groomed intimate areas. Now, if you have any questions that you want to send to me that have to do with beauty, please leave them down in the comments down below and let me know what you thought of this method. Trust me, just start to incorporate this into your beauty routine and things will change. Now, until next time, beautiful people, thank you so much for watching How I Do Things. I'm Kopano and I'm out. Hey gorgeous, thank you so much for watching and thank you for making it right until the end. Now, if you have any questions for me for the next How I Do Things, don't forget to leave it in the comment box down below. If you have not gone to my website to join the gorgeous gang to get all the free resources that I have for you, www.kopano.com. But until next time, mwah.